welcome back. It's another episode of This Is About Sparta with me, Raymar Morgan, as your host, and my dog, my brother, and co-host Travis Walton. Trav, tell me, my brother, how was your weekend?
Cold, great. I went to the All Star
Okay,
in
okay.
Indianapolis, so that was a great experience. I got to kick it with, obviously with Draymond and Baby Ray came up.
Baby Ray.
Yeah, Baby Ray came up, man, and it was a great time. I'm saying just to be around those festivities and at the All Star and around all that, stuff is amazing. And to see bro, on TV doing this thing, that's always incredible. But man, oh man, I love California, Ray, because
Yeah.
it is freezing cold out there, bro. It's
bro,
cold. I be forgetting how cold it is in the Midwest. It's
yeah,
cold,
man.
bro.
It can definitely take you there, and it can definitely get you depressed a little bit, bro. Just how early it gets dark, how cold it is. It can really change your mood, bro. So
Listen,
I gotta get up out of here, bro.
for you to go out or for you to do something like outside of things that are a necessity, you have to really be like, I want to just do it. You got to be
Yeah, no,
convinced because
no. You,
stepping out, doing extra things that we didn't have to do, I was like, bro, I don't mind just sitting in my room chilling.
you low key,
Or
you low key got to be thirsty, bro.
you got to be thirsty just to get out. And I
Just to get
understand
out,
it.
bro. No, for
Sometimes you
sure.
just want to get out and move.
No, for sure.
But I promise you, bro, I was like, I can't believe I grew up in this my whole life. And the last 7, 8
So
years living in
so
California,
So you
different.
telling me it's no looking back? You never coming
Uh,
back? You never coming back
never.
to the Midwest or the East Coast? That's a done
God,
deal.
God, God willing, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
you
I'm a
you
West Coast
ranchoed
baby.
out, yeah, West Coast baby.
I'm a West Coast baby. I just want
Uh,
some nice heat, man. Some good weather, hoodie
I feel it.
weather.
Nah, I feel
Every
it.
once in a while, throw on the coat. But nah, man. How was your weekend, though? Everything well?
Yeah, man, it's cool, man. Just trying to get my body back acclimated to playing again, man. So that's interesting within itself. When you hit that age of 35, bro, you just don't move the same. And it's funny that I'm here at this point and going through what I'm going through. Because we actually had a tough stretch. We had like 5 games in 8 days, and
Ooh,
I'm talking about, bro, my body hurts.
you hurting?
I'm
You hurting?
hurting right now. So it's a part of the process. I was gonna hit that wall, and I definitely hit that mother.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But it's everything. Other than that, man, everything is good. I'm blessed, and I'm just go keep striving, my brother.
No
But
doubt.
I wanna ask you, man, just give us some more insight on that whole All Star experience, being able to go to the game, seeing bro do what he does on TV, and just getting that access, bro. Tell me what that's like.
Nah, man, it's incredible. Obviously, with me doing my new role, I'm in a different position, so
Right.
I'm handling things a little bit different. So a lot of that stuff, I'm on the ground running with him, and I'm in the back room. I'm figuring out different stuff that we have going on. We did a couple podcasts out there. So just a lot of different stuff, a lot of moving pieces, but just the experience, man, it's incredible. When we basketball heads, we love the game.
Right. Right.
So I understand when the crowd talks about the game is trash and they need to play harder. But for someone who loves the game and just appreciates greatness, when you can go out there and look at those 24 players, or even the
Yeah.
day before at the skills challenge, you looking how big they are, how athletic, how they move.
It's special.
Again, they special. And when you a basketball head, you watching everything. You not
Yeah, for
just
sure.
watching the game, you watching how they move in. Like every part of this we know makes a player.
No, for sure.
So when I'm looking at those guys, I'm watching how they moving, how they like what's they swag, like, cause you're an all star, like
No,
you
for
can
sure.
really be who you are.
You that
Someone
guy
can
for your
go,
team.
you that guy,
You
so
that
you
guy.
can have on, you can be any way. You can, I'm saying you can dress fly, not dress fly, like you can talk slick, be quiet, but regardless of all of that, you that guy.
You that guy?
You
No, for sure.
got game.
You for
So
sure.
those little things like that, Ray, be for me, be like the things I like to watch and
No,
look
for
at
sure.
because I'm around greatness and I love
No,
being around it.
that's a great point, man, that you made. Because I mean, for you having a son as well, those are teaching
Hmm.
points. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You can tell him what this guy is like and what that guy, what his routine is, and just to give him a few pointers. So later on down the line, he could pick up different
Yeah.
different types of swag, or mix it in with his own. So I think that's dope, man. That's a
Yes,
dope
sir.
aspect. And plus, I seen you, dog. You was out there suited and booted
So
with the
it booted.
with the extended pea coat.
You
I was
feel
like,
me?
look at him,
Yeah,
look
man.
at
Yeah,
him. So yeah, man.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it was funny just seeing all that stuff, man. But let's jump into it, man. Let's talk about these Spartan dogs, man, who have won the last 3 out of 4 games, but interestingly enough, fell to Iowa in the latest game, 78-71 at home. How we feeling about the team right now? Cause right now for me, bro, I feel like I got a bipolar syndrome when I'm watching the games. I feel like, yeah, like we cold, we the best team ever. And then I'll be like, God damn, like what is going? You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, they remind me so much of us. I want to say my sophomore junior year, that it just takes me back to that place, and I don't know if it's I wish we could have did more, but I want the best for them, and I want the best result for them. So it just be frustrating the hell out of me. Like, God damn it! Like I watched the Iowa game. I was like, God damn, we supposed to be winning this. Like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's basketball at the end of the day. Like, it's gonna be a winner. It's gonna be a loser. But just tell me your thoughts and your feelings on how the team is playing right now.
So last time we spoke when we lost to Minnesota, I was like, man, what is going on? Like
Right.
we had won a couple games in a row. We were playing well, and then we just had one of those games. Also with Tyson Walker going down that game, it was just
Right.
like maybe someone else step up, but we just didn't turn that corner, and we spoke about that.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, man, like we just got to figure it out. Like, what's going on? And then we put together 3 games in a row, and we
Yeah.
won. And we won the big game against Illinois. We talked about that, right? We
Huge.
were like, hey, we
Huge.
got to win this game. And back against the wall, I felt back against the wall. We felt back against the wall. Like, we
For
need
sure.
a signature win
And that
late
was
in
it.
this year. And
And
we
that
had
was
to
it.
have that, right?
Yeah.
So, and for me, so we're saying the Illinois in a couple games, like for me, even though we had a disappointing loss to Iowa, I'm actually feeling really good to be 10 days from March.
You know
Like,
what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, like I feel really good. I'm looking at our team and I say a couple things. So the Iowa game was tricky. They started off in man. We were going back and forth.
Yeah.
They went zone.
Zone. Yeah. I think
And
that's
when
what
they
turned the
went
game around.
zone, they found some life. We also made some mistakes. Like the end of the game, the end of the first half, they run that double stack, that double horns action, right?
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
guys set the pick and roll at the top. Guard can go either way. 9 times out of 10, bro, 12 seconds, 13 seconds, if you run a horns action, it is coming with a flare screen. It is
Yeah.
coming with some screen from
100%.
whoever you come off of. Like, there's not much you can do there, right? Like, it's either I'm a roll, I'm looking for the high low, I'm come off the pick and roll, the other guy gonna roll, I'm a pop, I'm a swing it back. Kansas action, right? Kansas does this a lot. They swing it across, they look for the high low.
High low, right.
You come off, you would look to attack, turn the corner as a pick and roll. This is another option. Turn the corner, swing it back, pick and pop. There's 12 seconds, 13 seconds. There's not much you can do.
Right.
So the end up, we were down 9, and they ran that play. and Jaden was on the ball. So they came off. I can't remember exactly. Did we get over? I think we got over the screen.
I want to say we did.
We got over the screen, and they set the inside. You could call it a flare or you call it pin down. However you want to look at that. But Jaden went under the screen. Yeah. So now he went under the screen and they flipped it. Yeah, and they came right back, Ray, and hit a 3.
Hit 3 balls.
So we went from 9 to 12. Then we start the second half and they hit us quick. So we were down 18 points
quick
with 18 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I just said, we're going to be fighting. Even if we came back and won, and we brung it back within like 4 or 5, right? Like, yeah. I was like, no matter what happens, we are fighting such a huge deficit. It's going to be draining. And the Izzone was trying to find it. Like they were trying. You watched it. They were trying to find it, bro. So
that particular play, I think, just sucked the wind out of the Breslin.
Yeah,
you could feel it. Me just watching it here, I was like, wow. Like that was the blow. Yeah, that was the blow that did it. We tried, like you said, we tried to fight, and come back. But I mean, it's tough, man. It's so much energy that you gotta to give to the game when you're down such a deficit to start the second half. And we talking about the Big Ten. It's not like we talking about like it's gonna be tough. It's damn near impossible to come back from 18 unless you just catch fire, which we essentially didn't catch fire. So yeah, man. But my next question brings me to: do you think the team has seemed to turn things around and who was the biggest contributor to that?
Yes. So that's what I was saying earlier. Like I feel good. Like because I still do not think there is a dominant team. I'm saying UConn just lost to Creighton.
They got smacked.
I went to the Creighton. They got smacked. I went to the Creighton. Smacked. Shout out Mojo. I went to the Creighton and Butler game. So I watched Creighton play, which they're a good team and obviously they're well coached. But I don't think that there's a dominant team in college basketball. I think you have to, and this is every year you will come in like, no shit. You have to play well leading up until March, and we're playing well.
Yeah, we are.
Right? We're playing well. We're finding what we're finding. And this would happen, and we've seen this happen kind of against Minnesota. We're finding that, hey, like Tyson, and we knew this, but like later in the year, you start to really define, like even during the year, a guy can be playing well. And now this is not saying that they're doing this because I think Tyson has played so well that it's a clear cut. He's our guy, right? When it comes to scoring and what we need. But I think when you're going through the year, you're trying to find like, hey, can we get the second punch from this guy, the third punch from this guy? And you're trying to find it. And where we have turned the corner is we have found it.
Yeah.
The biggest contributor has been Malik Hall.
Yes.
Malik Hall has turned his game around. So now Malik Hall is playing at a very high level. Tyson Walker has been consistent the whole season. We know big shots, give him an opportunity. We have a go-to player. That's important. You got to have a go-to guy. You have a guy that can score in bunches and now can be consistent throughout the game, which has been Malik Hall. He's now starting to be consistent throughout the game. What else is he doing? He's rebounding.
Yes. So
now he's rebounding, right? So you got those two guys that have now turned the corner. Now you have AJ. AJ's general. Like, he hasn't had the greatest games, but big moment, big time, he's going to show up.
I mean, right? we just know what we're getting from AJ.
You just know what you're getting from AJ. I'm not looking at the box score always and saying, AJ hasn't scored that much or he didn't make that many shots. I watch AJ for his presence.
Yes.
Because I know when the going gets tough, AJ can make some plays.
So you remember I just said this team reminds me of our team, right?
Mm-hmm.
AJ is you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily the things you can't look at your game and be like, look at the box score. But
Mm-hmm.
you affected the game in so many ways, whether that's getting somebody else going, getting
Mm-hmm.
somebody else mentally there. Um, uh, Walker is K.
Mm-hmm.
Malik is me. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's so many different pieces that are the same, man. I think that's why this team, I love to watch them play, but at the same time, I am stressed the hell out watching them play.
Now think about it. We lost in the Sweet 16.
We did.
We lost in the Sweet 16.
We
So,
did.
and we lost to a Memphis team that lost in the national championship game.
We did.
So, with us saying, like you said, like, hey, it reminds you of one of our older teams. Like that team you're talking about, we lost in the Sweet 16.
No, for sure.
And this team had a little bit more early momentum than we had. Because remember, we changed the lineup. Remember the lineup, I was starting the whole year. And then we lost to Purdue. Lost to remember that? We lost to Purdue.
You're right.
Coach came into the locker room.
It's like I'm switching this shit up.
He said, I'm going to drug test you tomorrow. T-Mac. I said, what? He said, you're getting drug tested. I said, man, this is what? T-Mac calls me at 6 a.m. Hey, Trav, Coach. I said, T-Mac, come on, man. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I'm clean, man. What are we talking about, man? Like, he said something's wrong.
There's something's
He said,
wrong.
you, Drew. He said, Drew and Drew. He said, and K played great that game.
Great. He played great.
It was when Purdue had like the baby boomers or whatever they had. With Kramer and E'Twaun Moore, Robbie Hummel.
Yeah.
And so the next game,
oh man.
The next game, he switched the starting lineup. And that's when K-Star started. And that was probably, it was similar to this time now. It was like 6 or 4 games left in the Big Ten.
Yeah, it was.
And he made
I remember that. Now that you said, I remember that vividly, bro. Oh my, I'm over here crying.
He switched it up, and that was like a
test you.
He drug tested me. I said, "Hey, T-Mac really called me at 6 a.m, bro." He said, "Trav, Coach." Yeah. I said, "Y'all bullshit me, man." Coach had to be joking.
Oh my God, Coach is not playing.
He said, "Oh man, we got some stories." But I remember him calling me in the office, right? And I never forget this because he was like,
"Oh my."
He said to me, he was like, "Yo, so right now we just need a change up." Right at that time, Drew had not been scoring as well as he was scoring the year before.
No, the previous
but
year.
But he was passing more.
Yeah. He had became the Drew when Shannon, Mo Ager.
Yes.
He had fell back into that role.
He fell back into that role, was scoring a little bit more.
Exactly. The year after that, he was getting buckets.
He averaged 17, right? That was your freshman year.
That was my freshman year. He was getting buckets.
Yeah, so he was getting buckets. He was a junior. And then that following year, he was like leading the Big Ten or the country in assist to turnover ratio.
Yeah.
His points went down, and I was still defending and passing and doing those things, but we need a spark offensively. Right, that extra spark. One. And K was that spark. So I remember Coach calling me in the office and him saying all this stuff. And I remember saying, like, this is funny. I remember saying, like, hey, so is he taking my position or I'm giving him the position because you think that this is best for the team? Because I don't feel I'm playing bad. Oh, that's what I asked him. He tells me, no, this is the best for the team. I said, so all I want is to just make sure that this is not going to be the narrative, that I got my position taken. Right? He said, because I was the leader of the team. So I'm
No, for
like,
sure.
he like, Travis, I can't have you lose yourself. Because that's a tough thing to do for a player.
100%.
Talking about toward the end of the season, get your spot taken.
Take
right?
the back seat. Yeah,
Take
that's
it back.
tough.
That's tough, right?
That's
like,
tough. That's tough.
So I remember him telling me this, and he said, "No, man, be all right." Him and OG, and the next day, hey man,
excuse me, man.
dog.
We got some of these stories about OG,
hey,
but yeah,
said,
go ahead.
He said, Travis, you worried about that? I said, yeah, I'm worried about that. Like, because I feel like I'm not playing bad. I just don't think we're getting all the other things we need that we had the years before. Like, but I understand it because I know this is what the team needs. And I know how good K is. And I know he can shoot us and take us to another level, which he did. He really did that.
No, he did.
But the next day or in 2 days when we had a game, the paper come out and it says Caleb Lucas now took the starting spot. I said, coach, you a motherfucker, man.
Mad as hell.
I was so mad. I was so mad. But like these moments grew me up.
No, I did.
Because
and that's and essentially, like he said, it's what the team needed at that time.
It was what we needed. And K was a great player. And
shout out to Iz, man.
Shout out to Iz.
Shout out to Iz, because even like when he puts you in the most uncomfortable situations or situations that you don't like, it's always for the betterment of the team.
The team.
Now we might not see it at that moment,
sure.
but later on down the line, you got to be grateful and be like, man, okay, now I see why he did that. Like,
so I seen why he did it, Ray. Which the following year, I was like, nah.
It's over.
It's
back.
over. Like, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm back.
I don't know what's going on and who's supposed to come in and who's going to be this. But
it don't matter.
It don't matter. I'm going to no. And if I ever get, and that's another story for another day. If I ever get caught in a situation like that again, and you give me
the option,
I'm gonna be
no,
like, no,
not at all.
Take it from me. I give it to you, but I ain't doing that.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but yeah, so I get it. So I think like this team to kind of roll it together. This team, we have a couple guys that we know what they're going to get. We know what Tyson given us. Now Malik has given us some steadiness.
Yeah.
AJ, we know what we get from AJ. Like if he, again, like you just said, if he scores one game a little bit more than the other with a 15 or 20, great. That's icing on the cake. Yeah, but we really just need his presence and like him being a general. And then Jaden is the one that I really like. I want to be the spark, kind of like give us the spark of the 15 points and like kind of give us that Kalen thing we're talking about.
No, that same Darrell. My senior year in the tournament. You remember that spark Darrell get? Oh my God!
When y'all went to the Final Four.
When we went to the Final Four, he was incredible. That was the best I had ever seen Darrell Summers play. Shout out Relish, man. That
he
boy,
had a different role. He had a different because Caleb went down, and it was like, yo, we need
next
you.
Man
to,
up.
we need that, but we need you. You know how they always say this. Everyone says this when one guy goes down and he's your main guy. We're not going to make it up with one guy. We got to make it up collectively. Rail was like, we're going to make this up with one. And I'm about to show y'all. And he did. He did. Like, he stepped up. So we need that. And then, like, we need a bench guy, which is Trey. Right? Like, Trey he shot the ball well yesterday.
I like Trey, man.
I like Trey a lot, but our bench is interesting, right? When you actually look at the minutes and the points, it's kind of like I don't know, like what's that like? That big spark, because like that year, even the year you're talking about with us, we still had those
No,
at
we had
those
some
times.
killers.
Yeah, we were stripped in
That's some
numbers.
killers,
Yeah, we were
bro.
stripped in numbers, so we
We
had
had we
so
had
many guys.
we had CA coming off the bench. We had some dogs coming off
We
that
were
bench.
so those guys, the CAs, the Durrells, those guys you were looking at, man, if they could give us 6 to 12 points, that that matters off the bench.
No, hell yeah.
So that's the one thing where I'm like, we need that. But everything goes right, I feel good going into March, being prepared. I'm actually feeling really good, and I think that Illinois game solidified us to make the tournament. Now I
Oh
think
yeah.
we have to do the rest of our work. We got 4 games left, and we got to take care of business. And if
Yeah.
we can sneak one in Purdue, kind of what you said off show, we can be as high as a 5, 6 seed, depending
Yeah.
on if we get another signature win, because our strength of schedule is really good.
Right. For sure. And I mean, Michigan State right now is 17th in Kim Palm. So
Yeah,
we're right there, man.
right
It's not like we're not right there. Like you just said, we have 4 games left. Ohio State, Purdue, Northwestern, and Indiana. How do you think we do in these last 4? And how many do you think we'll win?
So my best prediction, obviously, is 4-0. Like Purdue can be beat, right? They can be beat, but I think we got to go. I think at worst we got to go 2-2, but I think we'll go 3-1. And again, maybe we go beat Purdue, but maybe we at in the like one of these games you can have a hiccup, and what we have seen is that we can have a hiccup. Right, like
I agree.
We're not stepping. Ohio State is in a real
Struggling,
but they just beat Purdue.
they did, but I mean it's sort of tricky with Ohio State. They got a new coach.
Yep. Shout out Jake Diebler, my dog.
Yeah, man, they're trying to figure themselves out. It's a different culture than what they stood on the last 10 years. So they trying to figure themselves out. I think that's a must win. I think we gotta if we can get that Purdue or Northwestern game, that is for sure gonna solidify us as a 8th or 7th seed in the tournament. And if we can, and then with Indiana being last, if we can secure that win going into the Big Ten tournament, that's just a boost.
So we for sure got to win Ohio State. We got to win Indiana, Purdue,
and if we can get one of those, that Northwestern, Purdue, because I mean those are essentially
we got Northwestern at the crib though, right?
I believe so.
Yep,
I believe so. And so if we can get one of those, then we good money. I think we're an 8th or 7th seed. If not, maybe a 9th seed.
Yeah, we're gonna get Northwestern.
In my opinion, but I could be wrong.
No, Northwestern's a senior night. That's what I wanted to look at. Northwestern senior night.
Oh, so that's the last game.
Yeah.
Oh no, at the crib. Okay.
At the crib, we gotta get that. Like that's senior night.
That gotta have that one in.
We gotta have that one. I feel good about that senior night. I feel good about that.
Yeah.
I feel good about.
Gotta send the seniors off right.
Yeah. So now I like where we at, man. Like I think we're in a good space. We kind of finding our identity, knowing who's who, knowing what to expect from different guys per game. It's not kind of like we're everywhere with it. Offensively, we're moving the ball. We're doing some good things there. Defensively, I would like to clean some things up, especially transition defense, right? Clean that stuff up and get that stuff underhand. But going into March, as you know, like we all know what this time is starting to become. So our intentions and our preparation to the details, which we're always really, really good at, which makes us really good. This is another reason why I'm excited about the group, because I'm hoping and I'm praying that the attention to detail or preparation, being intentional, that when it becomes March, it's just a light switch that clicks on with our veterans, and they go, "This
Yeah.
is what this is here or nothing. It's all or nothing, right?
It's all or nothing. Yeah.
It's all or nothing, right? Like we gonna have 3 or 4 or 5 guys that's gonna be out, so potentially, right? Tyson, AJ, Malik, right? We got three
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
So we got 3 guys, and those are 3 key contributors.
Huge.
So I'm hoping that they come in with that mantra like we did my last year, where it was like, nah, bro, we lost against Ohio State, right? And we had really swept through the Big Ten. We swept through the Big Ten.
Yeah, we did. We lost.
Yeah, the Big Ten tournament. You know what I'm saying? Big Ten tournament. We went 8-1. We were rolling. We came in feeling great, and we lost against Ohio State, and that almost took us over the ledge.
Almost did it.
And,
almost did it.
But our veteran leadership, changed it. So I'm excited. This TK calling me right now.
And plus, man, you can never really doubt Iz in March, man.
Yeah,
he gonna have the guys so ready to go, man. That's what I love about March. Just like you said, that attention to detail, that preparation. It's there, and you can just feel like the energy is gonna switch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but like when we was playing, bro, like you could feel when March came, like it's a different type of energy in the air. Like you could smell it. I don't know what it is. Like from walkthroughs to in the ballroom is different. Like boys is on their toes and we ready to play.
It's different. It's almost like this is why I came to Michigan State.
This is why I came to Michigan State.
This is why I came here. Like this is why I'm here.
And that's the best part about being a Spartan dog, man. It's moments like that in March. With that said, man, I think we covered all the bases, man. This has been another episode of About Sparta. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining us. It has been our pleasure. And until next time.